Every year we...
I'm sorry, what is that?
That's the school. We always have like sobriety there and stuff.
It's Toke School, top of this custom school.
And over there's a shop where people weld.
It's pretty cool over there.
And there's the gas tank farm.
And then here's a regular house in Bella Gregory's. George Gregory's house.
And then the village council is over there.
Hold on. Everybody stop.
Yeah, the village council, it's over there. And
Hold on. Now which one's the shop building there?
the one with the flashing light.
This is Robert's house.
Yeah, let's start walking.
And here's the satellite dish, and there's the TV room where we get all our electricity. And in that room, one of those doors lead. That's where the checkpoint is at Mushing. And there's the village council. That big building over there.
The steam bath, you could probably, oh wait, no, you can't, you could see a little bit. That's where we pass our gas and stuff.
Snow machine gas, we bring it over there.
Just start up the fire, make it go. And then,
we could show you what a steam bath looks like.
Yeah, let's take a look.
it's pretty like a normal, it looks like a little cabin, but it lots of heat.
Like a hut, sort of.
Yeah, big gas.
Big. And it gets pretty hot in there if you like start it around 1.
Well, this is kind of a normal house. It's Ed's house.
Yeah, but every year they use it for checkpoint. And back here, that's where they put all the sick and dogs.
And here's Mom Dante, you know, the person we were on camera with.
There's the steam bath is right there.
We use lots of wood. We burn lots of big gas
Yeah, let's go take a look.
into a pile of logs.
Yeah, let's walk over there and you can show me.
There's the Kuskokwim River.
It's a nice, deep, long river.
And here's the cache.
Yeah, cache where we store our goods.
Like food or old records and stuff. For a tall one, they put like coffee cans so the mouse don't get up there and have like and stuff.
Yeah, show me here.
See, you can tell what ones are dry and greenwood. Greenwood you can't really burn. This is dry right here.
Yeah, dry wood.
All dry.
This is all dry wood.
And how do you tell the difference?
Because it's wet around the side and it's real heavy.
Yeah, and dry.
Wait,
and
no.
greenwood is green.
Yeah, no, it's not green. It's,
I mean, not greenwood.
it's wet. It's real wet around the sides. It's like some kind of
Sap. It's
Yeah.
sap. Or this is green. This is greenwood.
and it's like exorbitant.
This is spruce tree.
Yeah, spruce tree with dry wood. We go out in the wood yards and stuff and saw it down with chainsaw.
And there's trapping lines.
And here's a few axes right there.
Yeah. So got a little teeny cabin here. Explain how this whole thing works.
It's covered up. It's bare. No heat.
The first one is the dressing room. The first one is the room, like you get ready and then you get your soap. And then the second room is the steam bath where you have benches. If you want to go in there, we could ask.
Yeah.
Okay. We could ask the lady.
Oh my.
Yeah.
We could go inside and ask her. Yeah, she said we could go in there. dressing room, you undress, and sometimes they put ventilation, like right here.
Because it gets too hot.
And sometimes if you want to cool off, you just come out here and open the door, or sometimes you have ventilation right here.
Yeah. The sweaty gases go through this vent.
Yeah, and there's a stove in there.
Yeah, want to see the stove now?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, this is the stove.
Barrel stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep the door open, man.
Lots of gas.
Hey, hey. Yeah, just hold it open. All right. That's your job. Your job is the door. Hold open right now. And your job is to tell me what's in here.
Well, there's the benches, and this is a dipper to get your water, and we use these.
Here, hold the dipper up for me a second.
You want the lights on?
Yeah, they're showing me how a steam bath works.
And pans.
Oh, actually, take like one little step back. Because you're a little too close to the camera. Okay.
Here's the pan, and we get water in these 5-gallon buckets. And sometimes you don't want to leave your soap right there because it'll air up and it'll get watery. And they stick their water in that. If you want your water to be cold, stick it right there. If you want your water to be hot, stick it right there. And they put rocks on there so you could pour. They put rocks on the stove so you can pour cold water on it for steam.
You know what? I learned how to steam that. Now explain to me once again what this thing is and what's it for.
It's
Steam bath.
It's better than a shower. It cleans the steam and it absorbs the stuff out of your skin. It's better than a regular shower.
Yeah, and if you're having problems with a sore back or something, just go in there
Yeah, it'll.
for a
It's
while,
steam.
and it loosens up your back.
And yeah, and it's mostly really hot in there sometimes. You can't even sit down, the benches are hot.
Tell me what there's a special word for it?
Steam bath?
Yeah, is there an Athabascan word?
Yeah, ninly.
Nunley.
Ninly.
Alright, so I want you to say that in a sentence for me. Tell me, like, this building here, it's called a steam bath or a ninley.
It's
An
called
Athabascan.
a,
Wait, let's start at the beginning.
it's
Like, start by saying, this building right here is.
this building right here is a steam bath or a ninly.
In Athabascan, they call it a Nunley.
In English, it's a steam bath. In other some kind of villages or cities, they have steam baths. You've probably heard of a sauna. It's like almost the same thing, but you pour water on yourself.
Yeah, a sauna.
And you use
It's kind of
shampoo,
like that.
and you could clean yourself.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Like you got welding gear. You can pack meat in there and stuff.
Gas, so it won't.
Tell me.
Jeez.
Actually, put it back on the. There.
Punk.
And pretend you just walked up to it and you're going to explain it to me in literally use complete sentences, okay? Okay, go ahead.
Here's a punk, and it's sort of like a mushroom, but it's very hard. You could sometimes, if you want to, for fun when you're camping, you could carve your name in it, and you could nail it to something, and then they'll know it's your camp, and like write any other relative's name on it.
And you could put it in a bucket, like a metal bucket, get a fire started around it, and turn that into punk ash. People use that, I forgot for what, but you can sell it.
And you could put it in a campfire when you're hunting or camping, because it gets away the mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, and it makes bears stay away. Bears stay away from it, and it burns long too.
Yeah, and sometimes these spruce needles off these spruce trees over here, sometimes you could put it in the fire and then the mosquitoes will stay away too. But this burns longer.
Nice close up over there.
And it's pretty old because it got to crack and it's all dried up.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn it over in your hands here. Let's see if you touch it.
Here's the moss too.
The moss grows on the bottom.
Keep turning it over nice and slow. So
Lots of cracks in it. Here's the top where I just showed you. And here's, it's pretty rotten. You could just tell it's rotten.
first one is just how you feel about being able to be here with the band.
Oh, it's great. I know these people. I've been here before, and it's been a while, but it's been 10 years, so it's really fun. I enjoy these people. They're nice people. They're great to be around. And we're a lot of old friends. We firefight with them, so we see each other every summer. So it's good to come up here and play music. It's a little different. We're not quite used to our kind of music, but like anything else, we come back and maybe we'll be dancing a little more. But it's just different from what they're used to.
Last night you said some words about the value of sobriety and kind of talking about wellness and things like that. Tell me a little bit why it was important for you to say that to everybody and what that means to you.
Well, these wellness conference that's going on for sobriety is the big movement, and it's the best thing that could be done. But we find out that we had a lot of money from the federal government for a wellness conference, and this year to get it cut all in 1 year from 10 million to 2 million and make it competitive. And you have to have a good program to get the money because you're competing with everybody across the state. It's not just within the region. So it's different. They must have had a good proposal. They got funding. And it is good. So we'll be glad to go anywhere where they're having them and enjoy playing for you.
Yeah. And just personally, why was it so important for you to let people know how you felt about sobriety?
Well, I think that because I know these people and I know a lot of them. Majority, over half of them probably, that they know that it's my own experience, and it's not just something that I thought up or anything. They know, we've been around each other for a while, and they know what I've been going through and everybody else, and we know each other from the past, and so they need to hear from me, I think, too, so that they can relate to it, in that way. So because I have been around these people for the last 15 or 20 years, they know, we know each other. So I think that's what. I said it the way I said it.
Anything else you want to add? I
don't know. It's great that we're coming up and hope to come back. It's one of our first time up here for the band, so it's a good experience for the rest of them. So hopefully we will come back next year when they have another conference.
And just to make our record keeping a little bit easier, could you just go ahead and just say your name out loud?
Dennis Trefon.
Just spell your last name for me.
Trefon.
First question is easy. Let me just have you say your name and spell it for me, so I make sure I spell it correctly.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, my name's Oline Petruska. Oline Petruska.
And can you just do me a favor? Just count to 10 for me. I want to just make sure that the microphone is working.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right on. Great. It's always best to find out before rather than after. I've done that before. But well, first of all, tell me a little bit about how the Hutinagich? No.
Hutinagich, that's right.
Yeah. How it got started.
Back in the early 80s, Jim and Julie Eid helped us start the activities with, he wrote up the activities for us, and we did for something to do with the kids. I think they were having something like preparing the kids for sobriety and stuff, always having them involved in something to do, and it was always a good thing to look forward to, and the kids always have fun. It is just most of the time it's the activities for the little ones are on the first day, and sometimes it was bad because some people want to come from McGrath and they're unable to come on Thursdays and Fridays, because that's when the parents are working, and by the time they get here Friday afternoons and stuff and evenings, it's the activities for the children are over. So, but anyway, it used to be a lot of fun, a lot of village participation. And we sort of give it up because it was a lot of preparing and a lot of work for us. So Anne's been doing it for a while now, and she's good at it.
Yeah, it looks like she was shouting out the commands out there.
Mm-hmm.
And well, tell me a little bit about the vest that you made for your brother.
Oh, that vest. When Mom died, it's going to be 3 years in April. Before she died, she made all the little beadworks, those little round beadwork things on the vest. She made all those and was going to make a vest for Tony. But she didn't. She died, and Tony said I could make it for him, but it took me a long time because it was a lot of sad memories, of Mom, and I hesitated to make it until this year. He got elected to A board, and I wanted him to be recognized, and I am proud of him. that he could go and proud to be an Indian, whereas I was never ever proud to be an Indian. I was punished for using my language and being laughed at and all that when I was younger, and not until in later in the 80s I started being comfortable. I think I started being comfortable at the time when I had quit drinking. Even then, still I hesitate, you know. At those times, you wouldn't have gotten me to for an interview. But anyway, I sobered up in 1984, and it's been sober since, and wanted the kids. You know, it is not never too late. You could still do, you know, no matter how old you are, you could just still, if some of the kids, you know, choose to go that route, you know, I don't suggest it, but if they do, you know, there's still a chance for them not to, give it up. There's treatments for, you know, all ages. So, I'm just proud of my brother and made that best for him.
Yeah.
It's the second one that I made. The first one I made for a musician. He's from Shaglock, Bernard John. He won a big moose hide at the fiddle dance in Fairbanks. That what do you call that?
Oh, I know.
Federation? No.
Yeah. Can't remember.
Fiddling Festival. In November, the one they have in Fairbanks. He won a big piece of moose hide. I mean, the whole skin, and then he had it for a couple of years before. He gave it to somebody up the highway. He said to make him a vest, and then the person never did it. So I told him, take it out and get it back and give it to me. I'll make you one. I told him. So he did, and I made him one. So that was the second vest I made, and I do a lot of beadwork and a lot of skin sewing, so it was no problem to make it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, very good. You happen to know anything about the?
Live here only during school time.
Mm-hmm.
When I was, we come back to Nikolai to end of August, and then stay here till May at the end of school, and then we all used to leave. Everybody used to leave this community, and it's just nobody here. Just one person. That's our church chief. He lives here year round. Then everybody comes back. Because we didn't have no post office, no store. There was just nothing here, just the school. They had started the school here because they were wondering, they wanted a good central place for all the outlying nearby villages, kids to. It was not villages at the time when they started, it was just like camping. The camp here and there, North Fork, East Fork, Big River, Talida.
So everyone was just spread out, kind of just in camps, wherever they had their
In all the
subsistence.
camps.
Let's see. Yeah. And we'll talk about what you've observed over in the village, and why you think it's a bit of a problem.
First of all, it's too expensive, and then a lot of the little kids are picking up the bad habits, and that teach them to steal and sneak around smoking and stuff. So it is not good, and then it is not good for anybody's health. I started smoking when I was 16, and I quit at 86. So I know I had a lot of health problems before I finally quit. I was pretty stubborn. But I just don't. I try to. Only people that I talk to is my grandkids, you know, and I tell them that it is not good for their health. And every time there is a commercial of some kind, you know, that is not good for their health, I point it out to them, and so they are aware of how bad tobacco will be, as well as alcohol.
Now, when you started smoking, did you wind up getting the cigarettes from somebody in your family?
My auntie, she didn't care. I remember when we were smaller, she used to roll her tobacco, and she used to let us roll her tobacco for her, and then she used to let us light it for her. And after a while, we started smoking what we rolled, you know, because by the time she got to them, it always unrolled for her, so she just let us smoke it.
Now it seems like you're kind of being the opposite way with, your grandkids and maybe your nieces and nephews. Do you think things would have been different for you if your auntie had been?
Oh yeah, it would have been different if she encouraged me not to smoke.
Right on. And so do you think that the influence that you have, do you feel like you have an influence on your grandkids?
Oh yeah, I do. Especially on my granddaughter. She believes in what I believe so far.
The first question's easy. Just say your name and spell it for me so I make sure I get it right.
Winchell Ticknor, Winchellticknor.
Right on. All right. You passed the TV intelligence test. But now, do you have any sort of title here in the village?
I'm a Tribal Workforce Development Specialist and Tribal Clerk.
Right on. Okay. And, well, first of all, tell me what's been going on this weekend.
Oh, we had we started off with a sobriety celebration, and then combined it with Hootin' on Each, which is a spring carnival. And first day we had some people talk about sobriety in front of a bunch of people, and which went pretty well. It went better than I thought it would, but it was moving for some people, and I kind of enjoyed it. And then we got into the spring carnival Friday, and today Saturday. But we had the band, and during the band we had the band leaders talk about sobriety. So that had to be in the schedule.
Yeah, I did a quick interview with Dennis about, why he felt it was important to speak like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me, what are your personal feelings about Sobriety Week? Do you think this sort of thing is making a difference in the village?
I think I've been traveling quite a bit and talking to people about the sobriety movement, and I think it's helping some, but I think it needs follow-up and to make it effective, but it seems to be helping some, yes.
Yeah. And now one of the other, big words recently has been wellness, and with wellness grants and putting out programs like this. And so I've been asking everybody what their personal definition of wellness is.
Wellness is, to me, is to be able to get well, to do things that, just like taking medicine, where you take medicine to get well, and then you do other things physically that helps you get well, like dancing and talking about sobriety. Basically, what I think is wellness.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? Because now you've been combining Sobriety Week with Hootin' on Each for 2 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I imagine something had to change kind of within the village where people said, "Hey, let's make this a clean and sober event." What do you think happened?
I think people were tired of seeing people, you know, coming to this. Their I wouldn't think right there.
Yeah, and it's okay if you want to stop
Yeah,
and start again
yeah.
because the parts where you say and or something. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna use that.
I just lost some words there.
That's just fine. That's why we do it all on tape, and then all we use on TV are like the very, very best parts.
Okay, let's say the question again.
What do you think changed in the village that made people say, "Hey, we want to make Hootenanny a clean and sober event"?
I think people were tired of people not showing up, and a lot of people were home hangover or something. But I think today I heard some remark. It was good to see people out there not having a hangover or anything, just enjoying themselves. And I think